Good day, I am Mariangel A. Auguis, an upcoming Level 4 nursing student of the University of Bohol in the Philippines. Philippines, an island country of Southeast Asia in the Western Pacific Ocean, is an archipelago consisting of more than 7,000 islands and islets. The Bohol province is located at the Central Visayas region, known for its rich tourist destinations, heritage sites, and old stone churches. The University of Bohol is the first university in the province located at Maria Clara Street, Tagbilaran City. It is with great honor that I present to you the research study of our group entitled Nursing Students' Mobile Screen Time, Academic Performance, and Stress Level, University of Bohol. The study is a product of the collaborative effort of the following co-authors, Manhilot, Barrera, Negro, Aninapan Dibdib, and Bunyal, all presently connected with the College of Nursing of the University of Bohol. The advancement of technology brought by the progressive uprise of scientific knowledge has made electronic devices accessible to all ages. The benefits and disadvantages that come with the evolution of the digital age are inevitably amplified with the situation of the rapid outbreak of the global health pandemic. The new normal that everybody is forced to adapt has undeniable consequences on the standards of living. One of the many challenges brought by the abrupt shift is the profound education crisis, as schools opening were postponed worldwide in compliance with safety procedures such as avoidance of large crowds and social distancing. In line with that, schools all over the world now have an innovative education style called online or distance learning. This has led to an increased time in front of screens and has affected educational outcomes. With that, this study will serve to determine and evaluate the strength of correlation and relationships of the three main variables: mobile screen time, academic performance, and perceived stress levels. Thus, the research questions are based on these variables. The study is based on three nursing theories. First, the adaptation model by Sister Callista Roy that focuses on changes experienced by human beings as they respond to environmental stimuli to maintain their integrity. Next, health promotion model by Nola J. Pender, where health promotion is directed at increasing a client's level of well-being. Lastly, the Newman Systems model views the client as an open system that responds to stressors in the environment. The study also has three legal bases: Sustainable Development Goal number 3 of Good Health and Well-being, RA 10650 Open Distance Learning Act, and RA 11036 known as the Mental Health Act. The study utilized a quantitative correlational method where 93 nursing students of the University of Bohol were chosen as the respondents. A stratified random sampling method was utilized to determine the respondents. Therefore, a preliminary survey was done to determine the respondent pool. Moreover, the Perceived Stress Questionnaire by Levenstein et al. 1993 was used as a study's instrument. The inclusion criteria for the respondent pool were as follows: a bona fide nursing student of the University of Bohol, currently enrolled for the second semester, and uses a smartphone as their primary device for online classes. The exclusion criteria were irregular students and students with incomplete grades. The initial step was to seek approval from the College of Nursing Dean and the Vice President for Academics through transmittal letters in conducting the study, after which the researchers sought the approval of the university's Research Center and Ethics Committee. After all data were gathered, these were analyzed, interpreted, and statistically treated. Results show that over the span of 8 weeks, 41 students have an average of 6 hours to less than 9 hours of mobile screen time. Moreover, 8 respondents have an average of 12 hours and above. To answer the first research question, the average screen time of the respondents is 8 hours and 29 minutes. This is equivalent to more than one-third of their day spent on screen. It is approximately 29% higher than the reported average screen time by Bharadwaj 2021, whose study's results show that 102 respondents had an average screen time of 6 hours and 4 minutes and concluded that the screen time does affect health. As for academic performance, the midterm grades of enrolled nursing subjects were calculated. Data revealed that most of the respondents had a fair performance, where 59 students were identified. Only 4 were considered excellent. The students' overall midterms GWA was 2.1018, which is described as progress acceptable and interpreted as fair, under the institutional policy of the University of Bohol. A study by Oducado and Estoca 2021 reported that the grades of undergraduate nursing students are greatly influenced by the pandemic, resulting in poor to fair academic performance. With the use of the PSQ scale, the perceived stress level of the respondents was calculated to be at 0.54, which translates to high stress and described to experience it fairly often. According to Sohail 2013, students in the medical field are said to have high stress levels with diverse stressor sources. Moreover, results suggest that higher levels of stress are linked with poor academic performance. Out of all respondents, 51 were interpreted to have undergone high stress. Only one participant has a perceived experience of low stress. Radwan et al. 2021 reported that students experienced moderate to high stress levels during the COVID-19 pandemic. It is also attributed to the sudden shift from traditional or classroom learning to online learning. A bivariate correlation method was utilized and the pairs were subjected to Spearman's rank test. Mobile screen time and academic performance had a Pearson correlation test value of negative 0.663, thereby having a moderately strong negative correlation. This revealed that the higher the screen time of the students, the poorer their academic performance. While some studies show null and negative associations between screen time and academic performance, Pullein et al. 2018 and Nagata et al. 2020 reported that screen-based media consumption is a contributing factor to academic success, especially with the ongoing governmental actions of this pandemic, including lockdown conditions and health protocols. As for mobile screen time and stress level, results show a weak positive relationship between the variables. According to Kan, Lee, and Horud 2022, prolonged screen time was reported to be positively associated with academic stress. Compared to adolescent students with less than 1 hour a day of screen time, students spending less than 4 hours a day have a 46% higher chance of experiencing stress. Academic performance and stress level had a Pearson correlation test value of negative 0.169, and there was no significant relationship between the two variables. However, findings across multiple studies suggest otherwise. Okech, Oboth, and Ocunia 2018 reported that the higher stress level resulted in poor academic performance. The graph shows the relationship between GWA and screen time, where a decrease in the grade equivalent, therefore an increase in the value of the students' midterm grades, also shows an increase in the average mobile screen time of the students. Therefore, this pair of variables have a strong inverse relationship. The graph of screen time versus perceived stress levels show a weak direct relationship between the variables. This means that as one variable increases, the other does the same. The graph reveals the relationship between the midterm grades and perceived stress levels of the respondents, where the variables have a very weak inverse relationship. The use of digital technology is vital in online learning, especially during these trying times. Nursing students spend a substantial amount of time in front of their mobile screens, performing fairly academically while experiencing high levels of stress. It is therefore important to regulate the use of gadgets, since prolonged screen time results in poor academic performance and higher academic stress. In summary, the study was able to find positive associations between the variables. The researchers recommend the following. The government should issue a memorandum similar to the Department Memorandum 2020-00162, Screen Time Recommendations for Sixth Grade Students and Under, of the Department of Health catering to college students and adults. Also, student governments should enforce and execute strategically planned activities for stress reduction and management of the students. Institutional departments should enhance their avenues and opportunities for online and face-to-face counseling for students. Evaluation will be done and also follow-up checkups will be made available. Seminars and workshops regarding stress and time management, healthy coping mechanisms, and screen media use should be incorporated into academic curriculums. Also, professors and clinical instructors should enforce holistic academic advising every term despite limitations in approaches brought by the pandemic. Teaching modifications are also to be made fitting to the online learning environment for the students, where clinical instructors and professors design a teaching plan conducive for better learning outcomes. Lastly, it is to introduce e-discipline to the beneficiaries of this study, where systematic practices will be used for screen devices as discipline tools. Moreover, future researchers are suggested to examine the relationship between the demographic profile and the main variables. Second, it is to conduct a study on a larger scale where first screen time device is not limited to smartphones, and an enhanced set of criteria will be utilized for the selection of the respondent pool. Also, it is to employ and use the findings of this study as preliminary knowledge for the creation of screen time recommendations for higher age brackets and for future related studies. These are some of the references used in this study, which without it, this research would not be made possible. Having done this study, I once again realized that nobody really is excused from facing the difficult demands of the coronavirus 2019. Our resilience was tested, but lo and behold, here we are, filling the gaps of knowledge and thus continuing to thrive amidst this pandemic. Truly, research proves to be the pillars of rebuilding this society. Once again, I am Ariangel Auguis, a student researcher, a future healthcare worker, and a growing body of evidence that humans are capable of rising above adversity. Thank you.